Hey, it's your girl Rena. If you have ever watched my videos, you know that I like to share information if I figure out how to do something. So I had a problem with my garage door. I had driven out of my garage and it opened, but then it would not shut back. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you all what I did to get my garage door working again without actually calling someone and spending the money. So let's go. So basically, if you have a garage and the door is not closing, there's a couple of things that you can do. For one, you can make sure the sensors are actually working and on and pointing towards each other, and I'll show you that. All right, and you see that little puppy blinking? Those are the sensors, and mine's a little dirty. You can kind of like, you know, clean it off if you need to, but just make sure they're working. And then make sure, of course, there's nothing in the way of the tracks. Okay, now this is what mine is. It's a Genie IntelliCode, and it basically has the light bulbs on the front. If your garage door is not working, make sure you look at the arm. Here's the arm of mine. Those two little bolts that you see right there, one of them was missing and it was on my floor, and the nut is actually this is the other side of it, where the nut screws in. So I found the nut about a day later. Well, even with the nut in there and the screw, it still wasn't shutting. It would move, but it wouldn't shut. So I did a little bit of research, and what I found was you really have to give it more strength. So there's a way you can crank it up a little bit so your arm has more strength in the motor, and it will actually help push the door down. So you see these little dowels? Sometimes you'll have to get a screwdriver. It depends on how your box is, but with me, these are little dowels, so you actually can just turn them, and one's for open and one's for closed. And all I did was take this first one up here that says closed, and where the arrow gets bigger is where it gets stronger. So I turned it just slightly towards the bigger part of the arrow, so I turned it to the right, and that actually gave the arm more strength to actually close my door. So if you're having problems and you need to shut your door and you can't figure out how to do it, you see this little red string? Well, basically you pull it down and that red string will let you operate it manually, so you can slide the door up and down by itself and you can close it. Then when you're ready for the motor to work with the motor, you actually just pull it back up to the right to where it goes back up, and it will be again attached to the motor, and the motor will be used to raise and close your door. And it's closing, and it wouldn't close before, so now it's closing. Okay, so that is basically how I closed my door, got it to actually work. So remember, you just have to make sure your sensors are on and working and that they're aligned. Make sure there's nothing in the way of the track, and then also make sure your bolts are in the arm and nothing's falling out. If they are in the arm and it's not closing, you just try to turn up the strength just a little bit on your box, and that may actually get your door closed. So those are the things that I did. I'm not a repairman. I mean, hello. But it's just something I had researched and figured out how to do, so I wouldn't have to actually call someone and spend the money. So hopefully one of these three things will work for you. If not, you may actually have to do a little bit more research to figure out your problem, or you may actually have to call someone to come take a look at your door. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.